Welcome to NALUL, name pending, no patent, please no lawsuit, lawyers are expensive. A weekly NALCS recap show that focuses on quick and sometimes humorous recaps of this week's League of Legends matches. This is our pilot episode, the only one I'll be releasing this week. I'll talk more about that after the recap, but this week we'll be covering Phoenix One's matches against Rick Fox's Furries. Echo Fox.
Alright, Rick Fox here at Foxconn with my man Sonic Fox. Shout out to all the furries out there.
Yeah, look at him with his furry fox. That is lit.
Jumping right into game one, P1 select Zac, Blitz, Jace, Jhin, and Taliyah in the draft. Echo Fox select Maokai, Janna, Sivir, Corki, and Shen. Draft recap. I think team fights in late game definitely favor Echo Fox here, but if P1 smashes lane with the Jace, or the Taliyah and Blitz roam well with the quicker jungler and Zac, it could snowball out of control. The Janna and Sivir combo will be huge for picking fights in the mid to late. Sivir can choose when to go in. Janna can disengage very easily with their ultimate and tornadoes. I give the edge to the Janna Sivir because I hate them. I've seen them in solo queue. They make me very sad. At 9.5 minutes, we get our first fight. Acadian roams bot with Lord Frogger and decides not to go for it, and they both head back up towards mid lane. But Gate feels left out and wants to leave bot lane too. On his way out, he sees a very pretty pink ward and gets distracted and sits on it. Hookmaster Crank sees this, and him and Spring Split MVP Haunter, or Arrow, move up and try and kill the Janna. By this time, Acadian had seen what was happening and broke back down. And Rookie of the Split, Mike Young, coming from his red side jungle, roaming up as well. With the possibility of Shen TP, this fight should be a-ho good for Fox to take, but what does NA's best smile do? He pops his ult early. He gets caught out, and he ults to try and disengage as his team's going in. With that being down for the rest of this fight, and Shen's TP being cancelled by the Jace, P1 clean up the fight easily 4-1. Jumping forward to 13:30, Brandini with the Shen solo kill. Cosplaying Impact when Impact was actually a good top laner. Side note, Froggen is really good at getting CS. 168 CS at 15:30 is silly. Jump forward to 17 minutes. Xpecial feels bad for landing so many hooks this game and decides to path poorly directly into two members of Fox waiting for him. They jump on him and Arrow, who had roamed up to help him, and pick up two free kills. Jump forward to 19 minutes. Brandini trades 1-for-1 in a 3v1. That's silly. This guy is looking silly good. I haven't seen him play too much, but this being my only sample size so far, this guy's good. Jump forward another 2 minutes at 21 minutes, and all hell breaks loose. A huge 5v5 team fight breaks out in the mid lane. It's pretty chaotic and hard to follow, so I'll slow it down a bit. And I just want you to watch Zig and Mike Young do work in this team fight. Mike Young does a fantastic job of using Zac as a peel tool to protect Ryu and Arrow. And Zig lands multiple multi-man shock blasts, including one on 3 members right after Shen falls, and a 2-man shock blast on the Froggen and Gate after being so disengaged by Fox. It looks like Fox had a lot of mixed calls in this fight, and they seem to struggle with if they want to commit or not, and honestly, that's kind of relatable. And right after that pick, Fox gets the Infernal Drake 4v5 somehow after Xpecial gets the pick on the Gate, and they have a clean path out. P1 was giving them room to disengage back to bottom lane, and they could have just left. But instead, they choose to fight 4v5. Why not just leave? This results in them getting smashed in the ensuing fight, and P1 cleaning up the fight and then going to grab Baron.
The Stand United out onto Acadia, but he's going to be brought down. The tank line has fallen. But Zig now also dangerously low, but they destroy the remainder of Echo Fox. And Ryu goes on a rampage with a double kill for Zig.
That's 4 kills and nobody from Phoenix One goes down. That is Baron.
Over the duration of the Baron buff, P1 makes a hell of a push and leaves Fox's base in shambles. They fall back, regroup, make a push on the top lane, and after a long siege, and I mean long siege, of that top and hit turret, they finally get that turret. At this point, I'm thinking the game is over. Right? They have a 12k gold lead, 2 inhibs are down, they're all out of turrets. So P1 is probably looking to make a last push here. But I know, because I'm watching this on YouTube, that when I scroll down to the bottom of the video bar, I can see there's 10 more minutes of this fucking travesty of a game left. And I know we're in for a wild ride. And I didn't know if I was ready for it. and I wasn't. Because if you go 32 minutes and 45 seconds, P1 has a free path right to the Nexus. They could win. They could just walk mid and end the game. And instead, they decided to go fight Fox at the Baron. Ryu throws out his Talia wall that blocks P1 from even getting into the Baron to contest it anyway. Zac is forced to elastic slingshot over the wall to try for a steal. Fox turns on him and kills him. They get a pick onto Ryu as well. They get Baron and 2 kills, and that just swings the entire game. Jump forward another 2 minutes. Fox just fucking walks up and takes a free inhib because P1 don't know what to do. Like, P1 are just wandering around in the jungle off to the side, dazed and confused. At 41 minutes, after the Baron buff had expired, when they were going to do another Baron dance, a special walks way too far forward looking for the game-winning hook and immediately dies for his sins. Fox then take that advantage, push down mid, catch 2 more kills, and that ends up being a 3-for-0 trade, and they end the game off that. Fox somehow won this fucking game after P1 had a 12k gold lead and every turret down. The Nexus was open and they lost. Instead of having the sweet, merciful release of death, we will now move on to Game 2. Game 2's draft. Echo Fox select Gragas, Jhin, Camille, Corki, and Taric. P1 select Thresh, Rek'Sai, Sivir, Cho'Gath, and Cassidy. Draft recap. As much as I usually don't like the Camille being picked up because teams seem to show a lack of ability to get that pick snowballing sometimes, which it needs to do because it is weak early on, especially in the lane. I like the Cho'Gath pick even less. I feel like he's sort of a cheese monster that doesn't even get to do his cheese thing until almost late game when team fights are happening. And if he doesn't get his one shot off, he's pretty much just a silent spot because of how hard it is to land his Q. P1's bans are also sort of weird. They seem like they messed up the red side trade. Normally when you're on red side, you want to try and trade 2 OP for 1 OP because they'll get first pick, they take the 1 OP, then you get the next 2. This all being said, I don't feel like this draft really had any winner or loser. Both comps sort of want to do the same thing. Cassidy and Camille both want to scale and go to the side lanes. While the 4-man group kind of groups and does stuff. I'm going to give the edge to the Sivir, but just because the Sivir comps are easy and, Sivir running fast is really useful. It gives good engage tool. But all that said, it's pretty even. It comes down to execution this game, which is almost always the case. Honestly, draft isn't ever really like a game-deciding thing. It's all really execution. But it's fun to look at the draft. And it's fun to call people bad at drafting, as much as that's never really true. Jumping right into the game, we get our first gank at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. It pays off because Lord Frogger no-take Valk at level 3. If you are playing Corki, you're playing Corki mid or bot, please get your Valkyrie at level 3. Especially in pro. People love to gank early. You need the escape tool. Putting the extra point in your phosphorus bomb isn't worth it. Kind of look forward a little bit. Arrow and a special in this game, crush lane. I mean, it is ugly. You'll see the kind of CS lead grow over the course of the lane, but Sivir should not be bopping Jhin this way. Arrow is a monster. But the first 18 minutes or so of this game are pretty uneventful, which actually favors the split push Camille due to her picking up a kill and assist during this kind of slowish early to mid game. And that's a lot more valuable than Cho'Gath and Rek'Sai picking up a kill. Gold allocation is a bit better for the Boxy squad. I've got a strange little nitpick at 24:15. There's a strange moment when Cho'Gath doesn't eat the dragon for a free stack. Not sure if a choice or a lack of knowledge on Zig's part. In case you didn't know, epic monsters do not count towards Cho'Gath's 6 stack limit from minions and monsters. You can still get stacks from Dragon and Baron and Rift Herald past 6 stacks. And it's a nitpick, but this game is so fucking slow that I'm allowed to nitpick. So I'm gonna nitpick. Every small thing you can do to get an advantage in a game like this is hugely important. Jump forward, and this game goes from 0 to 100 real fucking quick. P1, rush down Baron and Fox collapse, picking up 2 quick kills. Baron for 2 kills is a worth trade for P1, usually. But being so late in the game and the death timers are so long, Fox pushes hard and picks up an Indian. While Fox is leaving the base while they respawn, yet he still has a few seconds left on his respawn timer, and due to it being a 4 to 5, Fox wins the fight. They pick up 2 more kills, and now Ryu respawns, and it's a 3v5, and then they clean up that fight as well and end the game. So they grab Baron, fight a losing fight, lose. 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. That seems to be like Echo Fox's theme for the series. It was sort of a strange series with P1 like leading most of the way, and then somehow managed to throw away a huge lead in game 1. And then they let game 2 fall away from them after they got the Baron, which would have been it was one of their winning conditions. They get it. They just had to wait for a minute to let people respawn, and they were impatient to do so. This was my very first NALUL recap. I'm just going to do this one series for week 8 as sort of a tease and practice for myself, see how long production takes me, which is actually pretty long. Watching the full VOD, writing a review, turning that review into script, reading the script, editing it all together is frankly kind of a lengthy process. Going into week 9, I'm going to try and pick the best match from each night of games, so that'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll pick one from each, and then I'll do a recap for that as more practice. Ideally, eventually, I want to be able to try and do a recap every game. Realistically, that's not a thing I can do right now. I don't have that kind of free time, and being able to like turn it from Friday night and having the recaps out by Saturday morning is not something I can do at the moment, just given time constraints and my unfamiliarity with this process. Yeah, I'm still learning. Hopefully, I'll get quicker. The reviews will get quicker. Everything will come out quicker, which is not a good thing in sex, but it's a good thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like the video if you did, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe if you're interested in more of these, and if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below.